maintain our operations, with more government, more people, different policies and different markets.
In this new dispensation of the directors, we thank you so very much for the vision, the drive and the ministry.
The whole point is, you don't have a website, so you'll be able to get our website. But more importantly, we are exposed to an enterprise resource planning tool called Operatic. Operatic helps business SMEs.
Distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies.
Say, preparation for me means planning, having a plan for what you want to do. And while we did have a business plan, we didn't have an export plan, just like my colleague just mentioned. And an export plan for us is a roadmap that just guides you on how to move from A to B, how to do your services from A to B. It gives you a holistic approach to what. Hello? Yeah. So it gives you an holistic approach to exporting. You're learning.
Of course, with Impact App, who have a very strong pedigree in terms of delivering this kind of capacity building support. And over the last few weeks,
Well, thank you so very much, Dr. Ogo Okiti. Thank you so very much.
Congratulations.
Your Excellencies, Deputy High Commissioners, Consul Generals, and members of the diplomatic corps, the Harbor of Lagos, His Royal Majesty, Obariwan Babatunde Hakiolu, represented by the White Cap Chief, ably led by the Olorogun Agbeje of Lagos, Chief Waidi Yusuf. Chairman, House Committee on Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Honorable Mustano Abiodun Tobon. Members of the State Executive Council here present, members of the body of Permanent Secretary, particularly the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Dr. Olugbemiga Ayola Aino. Regional Chief Operating Officer, Afrexim Bank, Ellen Thierry Mboge. President and Founder, Impact App, Efe Okala. Director, SME Development, Afrexim Bank, Odi Akandoba. Leaders of our party, the All Progressive Congress, APC in attendance, esteemed captains of industry, business executives, and leaders of business. Skills training in various different areas, including business planning, quality standards, digital trade, and so much more.
Allow you to please come on stage to please give the welcome address now. Mrs. Minister, thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Validation and processing of NASA, the Export Readiness Program, and what is that is an inaugural program whereby Mr. Dr. Babatunde Olushola approved for us to train 253 MSMEs. The criteria for the selection was very, very, very rigorous, and we're delighted that we actually selected them, and the criteria and the sectors include agribusiness, agro-processing, light manufacturing, and include health, the creative sector, and fashion. To have a huge impact. We've partnered with Afrexim Bank and also Impact Her. And the whole essence of this really is to take all these selected MSMEs. Initially, we selected 20 that we're going to be taking to Algiers at the Inter-Africa Trade Fair, taking place in Algiers in September. And in addition, the other ones that we're talking to and that we have trained is for us really to ensure that they're part of now the ecosystem. Why? Because quite frankly now, we want them to scale, we want them to thrive, and most importantly, we want the made in Lagos, made in Nigeria brand to be taken to the world and the continent. Yes. They're all part of the ecosystem. What do I mean by that? We have identified them. We recently, Mr. Governor again, our inimitable Mr. Sellable, Mr. Governor, SANWO, approved the Lagos State access to finance for SMEs cooperative program, whereby we're providing access to finance at 9% non-collateralized. So again, we're also listening governor, we're listening state. And so we're providing them with access to finance. In addition, as you can see today, we're also training them and ensuring that they're competent and they have the right capacity and understand the parameters in order for them to expand successfully. And most importantly, we're also looking at the backward value chain. So when I say ecosystem, market attractiveness, access to finance, understanding the buyers, attracting the buyers, digital trade, all of these things are key and core competencies and parameters in order for exports for those MSMEs that we have identified.
So going forward, now we see that these news are not so much because I was already ministry for the past year. What are you
Well, we're looking at impact. We're looking at a growth in our GDP. When you heard my speech, and you're going to hear Mr. Governor's speech shortly as well, the whole essence of this is about Lagos State contributes more than 30% of the GDP of Nigeria. With this, we're expecting to increase that. And in order to do that, we need to start, when you're building the house, like the foundation of the house needs to be what? Solid. Now, in order for it to be solid, we need to pick what? And ensure we set ourselves for success and ensure that we can stand shoulder to shoulder with all MSMEs outside in the world. And we know we have the talent, we know we have the resilience, and we know we have the business acumen to take a number of these. That's why I said that this election was very, very rigorous. My ministry, the Ministry of Commerce, Cooperation, Trade and Investment, is about three things. It's about driving economic prosperity and growth, focusing on the things we're doing today, and ensuring that we partner with the organized private sector. And by that we mean the MSMEs, we mean industrialization. We're going to be launching our industrial policy very soon. We're also talking about ensuring that we look at startups. When you think about it, at least out of the 11 in Africa, 7 of them are in Lagos. So we're focusing on those. We're looking at nanos, the solopreneurs as well, the grassroots, who make up a significant backbone. We're also looking at as well at out of the 253 that we have trained today, 189 are female.
Who has changed the narrative of the Ministry of Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment. Always a great honor to see her do what she does best. Dr. Pashima is back in the house. We recognize you now, sir, before now. You're most welcome. We appreciate it, my dear sir.
Michael, he was supposed to join.
With the deepest drought in West Africa, it is reducing congestion at Apapa and Tinka ports, cutting costs for exporters, and opening up new markets once thought unreachable. For our SMEs, it means access, it means speed, it means opportunity. Indeed, since operations began, cargo handling capacity has increased by over 1.2 million TEUs annually, improving Nigeria's logistic competitiveness ranking. We have also built platforms of global competitiveness through the Lagos Free Trade Zone, the Lekki Industrial Corridor, and the Eko-Atlantic Business District. These hubs are not only centers of commerce, they are launchpads for business with global ambition. They link Lagos entrepreneurs to international markets and place our state firmly on the map of trade and innovation. But infrastructure alone is not enough. That is why we have been marketing with financing through the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. Billions of naira in loans, grants, have reached MSMEs across multiple sectors. Thousands of small businesses have grown, employed more negotiators, and strengthened their competitiveness. More recently, we launched the 10 billion Lagos State BOI access to finance for SMEs through cooperatives. This intervention is not just about money. It is about unlocking dreams. It is about giving SMEs the resources to cross borders, to break barriers, and to stand strong in the international marketplace. Already, this facility has begun to support enterprises that are export ready, expected to generate over 5,000 jobs, new jobs, and deepen access to regional value chains. We have equally been deliberate in our international engagements. Lagos has led bilateral trade missions, participated in continental platforms, and forged partnerships that open doors for Lagos products to reach global shelves. Today, as we unveil our Lagos State ambassadors to the 2025 Intra-Africa Trade Fair in Algiers, we send a powerful message. Lagos is not going to observe, Lagos is going to lead. This is not just a delegation, it is a statement of intent. Lagos is ready, Lagos is capable, Lagos is determined. Our vision is also tied to the promise of the African Continental Free Trade Area, with the largest concentration of MSMEs on the continent. Lagos must lead in harnessing CFTAs opportunities. Lagos must lead in harnessing FCA opportunities. That is why we are aligning our policies to remove barriers, streamline regulations, and simplify cross-border trade. LASA itself was designed with this continental framework in mind to empower Lagos SMEs.
You are not just finishing a program, you are stepping into destiny. You are not just entrepreneurs, you are trade champions. You are not just negotiators, you are ambassadors of Africa's commercial capital. Under the visionary leadership of Mr. Governor and our Deputy Governor, Lagos has declared boldly, we will not just be local champions, we will be global competitors. That is why LASERP was born. To move our SMEs from the streets of Lagos to the shelves of the world, to transform potential into performance, to prepare you not just to meet standards, but to set them. Already, LASERP has trained over 250 MSMEs across agro-processing, textiles, manufacturing, and creative industries. And together we are projected to add over $1 billion in additional foreign exchange inflows annually and create 3,000 new jobs over the next 2 years. Today, as we unveil the Lagos Trade Ambassadors to the Inter-African Trade Fair in Algiers, let the world take note. Lagos State is not going as a participant. Lagos State is going as a pace setter. Lagos is not attending as a spectator. Lagos is arriving as a leader. Say it with me, everyone, please. Lagos will rise. Lagos will lead. Lagos will prosper. We owe our gratitude as well to our partners, Afrexim Bank and Impactor, who have worked with us on this journey, and to the Nigerian Customs Service, the Export Promotion Council, the Nigerian Ports Authority, the Standards Organization, the Shippers Council, the Freight Forwarders, and Logistic Operators. You are the unsung heroes of the trade. Without you, there cannot be no export readiness. So Lagos State salutes you. Dear graduates, today is your commissioning. Step boldly into the global marketplace. Carry with you the pride of Lagos, the strength of Nigeria, and the hopes of Africa. Do not dream small. Do not stop at your neighborhood. Do not stop at Lagos, and certainly do not stop at Nigeria. See Africa as your market. See the world as your playing field. Remember, SMEs represent 96% of Nigerian businesses, and they contribute nearly 50% of our GDP and employ 84% of our workforce. That is why your success is not just personal, it is national and now continental. So when people ask, who are these rising stars? Let the answer echo and say, they are the graduates of LASA. They are the children of Lagos, and they are the exporters of Africa's tomorrow. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today we make a covenant. A covenant of all. I would like to acknowledge Her Excellency, the First Lady. She is in our state, our beloved state this morning, and we're delighted to host her. And I'd also like to acknowledge His Excellency, Mr. Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola SANWO, ably represented by the Special Advisor, Office of Works, Ministry of Works and Infrastructure, Dr. Adekunle Olayinka. Can we give him a round of applause, please? I'm delighted also to acknowledge the Honorable Minister of Finance and Coordinating Economy, Mr. Olawale Edo, ably represented by his Special Advisor, Dr. Ogo Okiti. Can we give him a round of applause, please? Your Excellencies, Deputy High Commissioners, Consul Generals, and members of the Diplomatic Corps, I'd like to acknowledge the Oba of Lagos, His Royal Majesty Oba Rilwan Babatunde Akiolu, represented by the White Cap Chief, ably led by the Oluogun Agbeje of Lagos, Chief Waidi Yusuf. Please can we give a round of applause, please? I'd like to acknowledge the Chairman of the House Committee on Commerce, Cooperative Trade and Investment, who is always supporting us, Honorable Mustano Abiodun Topo. A round of applause, please. I personally am delighted to acknowledge my dear colleagues, members of the inimitable State Executive Council here present. Can we give them a resounding round of applause, please? Members of the body of Permanent Secretary, particularly the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Commerce, Cooperative Trade and Investment, Dr. Olugbemiga Ayola Aino. Regional Chief Operating Officer, Afrexim Bank, Mr. Alain Yeri Mogu. Can we give him a round of applause as well, please? The President and Founder of Impactor, Ife Bukala. The Director, SME Development Bank, Afrexim Bank, Mr. Odi Akanoba. Can we give them both a resounding round of applause, please?